Hello and welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. We're here looking at the giants. This is a video I've been wanting to do all week, but I've just had a crazy busy schedule with work. I've been doing like 10, 11 hour days at the moment. And even though I work from home, it's pretty taxing. Doesn't give me much chance to look at some stuff. But we have tons of articles about the Sons of Bahamut and the giants, as I'm calling them. So we're just going to have a look through the images and talk about the prices and sort of what we can expect. So they're going to be up for pre-order on the weekend, which is kind of cool. It's sort of, we were expecting this around this time, and there hasn't been much more news because the world is still insanely crazy at the moment. So I think they decided, all right, we're just going to chuck them out and it'll be fine. I think this date was planned anyway, but with everything going on, it's been a bit crazy. So let's have a look at some of the images. I mean, as soon as these models were announced, what was like a month or two ago, I was like, oh, these are freaking awesome. They're massive. I love it. There's so much attention to detail. And if you've watched the latest Genestealer ranking video, I talk about character and what's the other word? Narrative and storytelling. And you can do that through models. And these models really do. They do that very well. You can see like these guys just take what they can get and use it in any way they can. So, instead of the shield, they've got tons of little tiny shields tied to them. And of course, they're not that bright, so they can't really make decent clothes. They just stitch whatever they can get together and put it on. So this guy in the back, he has, I guess, basically a shark's mouth. But also, he's got like netting and tied on netting and things like that. It's a very cool aesthetic. It's like, okay, these guys need some pants. They don't know how to make pants, so, here's a flag or a banner. We'll just use that. That's fine. Oh, it's falling apart? No, we'll just tie it together with another bit. No problem. I really love it. And even in this picture, you get an idea of the scale of how big these guys are. I think these are probably the biggest models that Games Workshop have done. When I'm thinking about it, it's probably not. I think some of the Titans are the same. Okay, when you think about the Titans, the 40k scale Titans, yeah, they're like 3 foot tall. Yeah, okay. For the resin models, yes, much, much bigger. But for a mainline game release, I think these models are probably one of the biggest. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am very wrong. But you get the idea of the scale here. You've got the skulls of human sizes, different size shields. We even got a guy getting carried there. I think it's like Johan. It's an ongoing Warhammer community joke of a guy called Johan. Johan or Johan? I can't remember his name, but he's always running away. It kind of looks like him. So you get this idea of scale and how their armor is pieced together with different bits of armor. And when you look at it, even in images, you know that this thing is huge. Like, I haven't seen an image in real life yet, but you just know it's freaking huge. So let's have a look at some other little bits and pieces. I'll make that a bit bigger. So this is more of the detail here. Again, they've got swords and weapons attached to them, and they wouldn't even do anything. It'd be like they'd pick their teeth with it. That's how massive these things are. So I'm really excited. I want to get my hands on one. I probably won't because they're quite expensive, and we will talk about prices in a second. But you can see different bits of models from all over the place, and I just love that kind of detail in there. And you can see on this guy, he's been beat up a lot, and he's just got metal riveted to his face just to protect himself. So then they start to look at where, the history of the giant models and how far, from a technical perspective, the design work has come. So even these giants here, they wouldn't be that big. But when we go through, they do start to get bigger and bigger. And then here we go here. So this is the image that I really wanted to pull up. And before we do, I just want to double check. Yeah, they don't say any sizes. I thought they might have. So these giants here, if I'm correct in understanding, these are the current giants. Or if I look at my notes, they are the Gargants. So, and again, I could be completely wrong. Unless these are some of the new ones, because I've had such a busy week, I can't haven't had time to research. But this is sort of the standard size that you get for giants. Then you've got the Mega Gargant giant, which is almost a third taller. And you can see here, there's a figure there. And then look at here, there's the skull here. The skull is tiny, it could easily fit into its mouth. So these models are massive. So let's talk about the price for these. So the Mega Gargant is 195 US, so almost 200 US. I don't know what that equates to in Australia. I know 110 US, because it's not a straight one-to-one conversion, and you can't just throw it into like a currency conversion system to figure it out. I think 110 is about 180 Australian, maybe 210 Australian, I think. So, of course, there's going to be more than that. It's going to be more close to 300 Australian. So it is very expensive, but it is a huge model. I don't know how big the bases are. They may say something in here. No, I didn't think so. But the, big boy, 195. Then you have the Man Crusher Gargants. I get the impression, and I haven't read anywhere else, that it actually comes with two of them for 125. So you get two of those for 125. I could be wrong on that. I think this video is going to have a lot of amendments and corrections because I haven't researched this at all. But based on the images that I've seen and how they're presented in relation to price, you get the Megamutt Gargant as a single model, makes sense. But then the Man Crusher Gargants are presented with two in one image. So I get the idea or impression that there's actually two in the box. I think that may be incorrect, but it is what it is. Right, so the box itself comes in a way to build three different variations. So you're going to get a lot of bits in this. You got this big boy here. This is the sailor one. So he has a lot of fish and ocean themed type things. He's got a bit of squid tentacle attached to him, covered in netting. He's got a net just full of bodies. I love it. And then even his club is essentially a cannon, which I think is really cool. And then he's got a boat attached to his back. I really like that design. Then we've got this guy here who's seen a fair bit. He's been punched in the face a lot. He's riveted up his face. This is more like the traditional style. He's covered in as much armor as he can get on. Very cool model. And then we've got like the Undertaker one. So he has like a iron gate attached to him, coffins, and he's made like a an executioner style mask. And I think that's really cool. I really like. So you get those three. You can see here, not very big images, but you get basically those three. So it's one model, but you can mix it up how you want. And it looks like the feet are pretty much all the same. One of them has shoes on it, so maybe you get some variation there. The legs are the same, and different bits and pieces you can attach. So that's very, very cool. Then we've got some more close-ups here. There's the Undertaker or Executioner style one. Everything's sort of attached with sort of metal bits. Very, very cool. And it's like a bit of a statue or a bit of a pillar wrapped with chains. I really love that aesthetic. They've just like, oh, here's a pillar. I can use that as a weapon. We'll just wrap some chains on it and some stuff and we can throw it around. I really like that idea. Then we got this creepy dude from the boat. Kind of weird, but I love that ocean aesthetic. I can just imagine him walking out into the ocean and just grabbing boats. Then we got the sprues. So we can see looks like there's 4 sprues for this one. So it's pretty cool. Lots of detail. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's all split up in various bits. It's going to be a really cool project. So there you go. I think the models are amazing. Sorry that this video is quite rushed and probably full of inaccuracies and lacking in detail. But I just wanted to get this video out because it's something I really wanted to talk about this week. So yeah, the Mega Gargant, we'll go back up again just to recap. Mega Gargant is 195 US, it's the big boy. Then the Man Crusher Gargant's 125 US. Like I said, I don't know if that comes with 1 or 2 models. I'm not 100% sure. Could be something in the articles. There's been a few articles that have come out this week. And there you go. We'll know in a few days. I'm going to do the pre-order video on Saturday morning. We'll know about that. And that will be cool. So there we go. I'm going to leave it there because I'm on my lunch break at the moment and the video is almost running at 10 minutes. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, definitely subscribe. If this is your first video, don't worry. And you got this far, don't worry because the videos are far more polished than this. This is just a very rushed one. Go back through the archive and have a look. We also have a whole bunch of live streams coming up soon. And if you are watching this as soon as it's up, in a few hours, probably like 5 or 6 hours, I'm going to be live streaming Baldur's Gate 3 on the channel. I finally downloaded it. Took all night because it was like 80 gig. So I'm just going to start from the beginning and stream. And if we get bored of that, we'll go play some Necromunda, or maybe even some No Man's Sky. So I want to do a bit more streaming. So that'll be coming up later tonight, or in the past or the future. Who knows? Okay, I'm rambling. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.